Welcome back. It is 14:06 and I am afraid. 3 of our children have birthdays this year. Actually, every single child that has a birthday this year is not Thomas's. That's kind of a funny coincidence. But here we are. In the last one, we got a horse, which was super fun. We're going to keep playing with that. Hopefully, oops, sorry, it's this year. I forgot that I hid some more rows. If Cecilia does survive, then we'll see what children can do with horses. That'll be fun. So let's go through our birthdays. Unfortunately, it is the year that Millicent will be passing away. This is what she rolled for. She's actually currently pregnant, so I'll let her have the baby first, and then at the end of the year, I'll take care of that. And then Thora will marry Aubrey. So Thora Trimboli is over here. Here she is. And you can remember we met Aubrey. He is in the family that Charles is having the affair with the lady of. So that lady's son is Aubrey. So that is where Thora will be marrying into. Let's get a rollin'. And it's an 18 or a 20 for the 2 children. 1, 2. All right, both of them survived to infanthood. Our toddlers are a 4, 8, or a 12. I'm kind of scared. Oh gosh. 4, 8, or a 12? 4, 8, or a 12? Yes. Okay. Our toddlers survived. So far, Thomas is still our heir. We have 2 children, a 9 or a 19. And, that wasn't our kid, right? Yeah, okay, that was Ava. Okay, so, Ava just died. Okay, Cecilia. Okay, she survived. We have a child in our household. I was really worried about that because we have so many toddlers. And then Saskia, 2, 6, 11, 13, 14. Oh. Oh. All right, well, she's pregnant too, so after the baby is born, she'll be dying. Well, I guess that's that. We have 3 deaths and 5 survivals. Now let's do our vampire rolls. Let's see. Okay, so vampires, you're not a vampire, you're not a vampire. Okay, so Edward actually just founded a new church in Windenburg, so I'm hoping that he lives. Number 1, number 2, number 3. Yep, it's just 3. They cannot get a 9 and then a 3. 1, 2, 3. Right? No problems there. As for the humans, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. She doesn't count anymore. 5, 6, 7 humans. 1, 2. They can't get an 18. 3, 4, 5. Can't get a 3. Number 5. Who's number 5? I already forget. It's just hard, you know. We did 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so number 5 is... Oh, number 5 is Sayer. Okay. How many did I say there were? 7, 6, 7. Well, Sayer just died. Okay, where is his... Here it is. Goodbye, Sayer. Wow, 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 wow. That's a bummer. All right, I think that's it. So we will have those 3 birthdays this year. We'll be playing with our horse some more. We'll have that wedding, and we'll have these deaths. Oh, Millicent, you know, I really I really loved Millicent. I loved playing with her. She was just supposed to be an extra, and then she ended up being really the main character of so much of the generation that she was a part of. So I really enjoyed her, and I'm glad that she got to, remarry and have kids and, kind of get a life that she was supposed to have had if not all that stuff with the vampires happened. So yeah, let's hop into the game. Also, I now realize that Ava, the kid we just rolled to die, is Charles's only legitimate child. So that's really sad too. I didn't realize that that was her at first, but it is her. So she is going to pass away, the last part of Gonora that was left, and Charles's only living children are illegitimate. I don't know how many illegitimate kids I'm going to give him. It's maybe too much. But we'll call it good for him probably. He's had 2 illegitimate children. Anyway, so we are also working on Sunburst's temperament. I do want to get her temperament skill up to level 10, maybe before she becomes an adult horse, although I was trying to figure out how long they are foals for. And I think I read that it was 8 sim days, so we should be coming up on her birthday, so we probably don't have time to get to level 10, but we'll do our best. Anyway, so we are going to bake a cake for the twins to age up into toddlers today. Luckily, our heir, Thomas, is surviving and thriving, so there's that. I don't know why she can't pick him up for some reason. It's just annoying. So we are a little stuck here. If you could something is wrong with the routing on this upper floor. Sometimes they can move around, sometimes they can't. I don't really know what's going on there. But let's have Thomas blow out the candles first. And this is the cutest animation where the person holding the baby is shows the baby how to blow out candles. It's super cute. And then we will go with Serena, who is blowing out the candles next. There we go. There she is. Both of them are now toddlers. Very cute. And then we're going to have everybody eat some cake because might as well. It's just going to spoil otherwise. So let's have everyone have some honey cake. And we are going to get all the toddlers involved here, all 5 of them. We have 5 toddlers in the household at once, which is very stressful. But almost every year from now on, we're going to age up a sim. So, I think there's just 1 year in the next 3 years that we don't have a birthday into child for, because we did have 1 kid a year for a while there. So I think there's just 1 year that that's not the case. And then all the other kids will be aging up into children every year. So, it's going to be nerve-wracking. Maybe only for the last birthday for Thomas because he's our heir, but we have plenty of children, so I'm not thinking that we'll have too many problems there. Although I did notice, and this is probably not really a problem for right now because by the time we get there, to the 1450s and stuff, it's going to be a whole different family that we're in. Probably will be Thomas's child's family or whatever. But what was I saying? There are a lot of wars in this century. So that is kind of nerve-wracking. But we only have 1 boy. So even if he dies, I mean, I don't know. It's not that big a deal, I guess. But yes, so I'm hoping that in the future we have a lot of boys, because then if we have a lot of boys, we can, have a lot of involvement in the wars and stuff. So there is that, which I am looking forward to. Let's give the kids a quick makeover. Here is little Thomas Larkin the second, not even related to his namesake, but that's okay. And we are going to just give him some nice clothes. Not too nice, but pretty nice. I feel like when they're up and when Thomas is making a lot of money, that they are, buying stuff and living richly, and then when they're down, they're scrambling. So there's that, and then we have little Serena, who had short hair when we made her a toddler, so I was like, you know what, you can keep that. So maybe she'll even be kind of like a tomboy in the future, who knows, because I do want the kids to be interested in horses and horse riding and stuff, so probably keep that on and going. And then we have our little girl. There she is in that cute little dress with the embroidery. I love that. And we currently are running a little low on money, considering our bills are like, you know, over a little over 2,000 simoleons every week. But you know, we do have enough right now, but I do want the gambling to be an issue. You can see right now. Oh, sorry, he literally just gambled, and now we don't have enough for our bills. So this is definitely going to cause a rift in between Emmeline and Thomas because, as you know, in the 1400s, now divorce is available. And so since divorce is available, you know, if he does the wrong thing, she's not afraid to leave him. I mean, she has plenty of suitors. So there is that. Will anyone marry her after this? Probably not, because she's got a reputation around town for her serial romantic ways, and also 5 children. So I don't know who exactly would be willing to take her on, but I don't think she's above threatening divorce to Thomas if he doesn't get it together with the gambling. So, like I said, we're working on Sunburst's temperament, and she is such a good little horse. I'm going to have to see if MCCC updated for horses yet. I haven't checked, but it would be nice if I could click on the horse and like see how many days until aging up and stuff, because right now I don't know the answer to that, and so that kind of like leaves us in a little bit of limbo. She doesn't age up in this part, but like I'm like, okay, so it's been 8 sim days. Is she aging up in the next part? I don't know. So we'll have to see how that goes. And we are going to, so he could blackmail with the, what's it called? He can blackmail with the wishing well, but unfortunately I think we waited too long to do it. Like there's a time limit on how long you can use it for, but I didn't want to, it was the middle of the night. We had to wait until the next morning to invite people over. So anyway, but I'm going to have Giles beat him up. He's going to try and get money from Giles, and Giles is going to be like, nah, and like give him the beat down. So there is that. And we are just looking at our little girl there. The foals are so cute. The way that they like are awkward and get up and down and stuff. Like the animation with the horses is excellent. Unfortunately, Thomas just tried to do the wishing well stuff again and then lost even more money. Emmeline is not happy. We are down to 13 simoleons. And she is very unhappy. She's having to like kind of scramble in order to sell things. Their family is going to be eating gruel for a few days. Like it is not good. She is so mad that he did this, and she is going to say to him like, look, you can't keep doing this to us. We don't have enough money for our bills. Like, what are we going to do? And so he's just kind of like, oh, okay, like I know, it's going to be okay, blah, 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 blah. So anyway, he's full of excuses. He's a gambling addict. That's just basically how it is. So we are actually going to do a couple of things here. So the first thing, so since Emmeline is mad at Thomas, she's going to call over one of her bays. It is also like, you know, we haven't done a lot of serial romancing since she broke up with Gilbert, or Gilbert broke up with her. But first, we're not romancing Swan because he's married to Millicent, and she should have like actually broken up with him a long time ago. So I'm just going to make sure that they are not in a romantic relationship, because I feel like that's important that she respected Millicent and never stepped over that line while Swan and Millicent were married. I mean, honestly, they just really did the like one time. So anyway, we're going to invite over Saskia, who is one of our romances. And she actually is dying, as you know, this year. So I was like, might as well give her one last woohoo before she dies. She's also pregnant, but there's that. And so we're gonna go up, and into the bedroom, and he's gonna come over here and use 100 simoleons, and then made like 6,000. So he is so proud of himself. He's like, comes upstairs and he's like, oh, hi, Saskia. And then he's like, Emmeline, look, I made so much money. And so now she's like, okay, well, good. Like now we have enough money to live off of for now. So, they're up. So they're gonna woohoo and feel good about that. And I'm going to have little Cecilia come over because Cecilia is going to be the oldest child, right? So we are going to have her probably be the first one to do horse riding. I wanted to keep it kind of exclusively in the next generation. I mean, I know probably Emmeline and Thomas could, but I mean, the horse isn't old enough anyway. But I'm pretty sure I'm going to keep all the horse stuff to the next generation. So I'll have all of the kids maybe do some horseback riding and all of that. And we'll see how that goes. So Cecilia will probably be the first one um, to actually do any horse riding because she's going to be aging up, and then hopefully the horse will be aging up soon as well. So here we are just getting them friendly with each other, and not only friendly with each other, but also we are having them get the horse's temperament skill up. I think she's at like level 6 now, which is really nice. So that is good for us. And we are hoping to now we're at level 7. So we're at level 7 now, and it is time to do our chores. And it's already Saturday. Like that went by so fast. And so we are going to have Emmeline, tend to the garden, tend to the chickens, tend to the bees. We're going to check and see. Usually the horse bed is okay, probably because the horse hasn't been sleeping in it much. But we are going to check on this. I don't know why the garden is like taking extra long to spawn stuff lately, but whatever. I think time hasn't exactly caught up with itself. But yeah, so we are going to make another cake for Cecilia's birthday. And also it's kind of sad. The kids don't really have, I mean, they're just toddlers, but there's not really anyone who comes around. Like Charles comes around every once in a while, but he has moved to Tartosa, so he isn't really around very often. And then Millicent is off living her own life. She's kind of washed her hands of everything. And then, obviously Emmeline isn't going to invite all of her affair partners over for her child's birthday party. And she can't invite Gilbert because he's also moved on from her and their children, which is just like, these kids have no friends. These kids have no friends. They're kind of in that in-between part where they're not quite, like, I mean, they are poor. Like, they're not, they have a lot of stuff and they dress really nicely, but they don't, like, have a ton of simoleons in the bank. So, like, they probably amount to like middle class, but the peasants aren't going to hang out with them like they used to when Emmeline was little, and the rich people aren't going to hang out with them because they've kind of fallen from Gilbert's grace. So, they don't really have a ton of people to rely on. It's a good thing they have a lot of children because at least the children can be friends with each other, I guess. It's kind of a little sad, but true. So there is our little girl, Cecilia. We'll say that her biological father sent her some, pretty earrings in the mail or something. So we do get a notification that the kids are being sent gifts from Gilbert. But also, I wanted to choose an athletic outfit that had pants because I think they probably, do you think they change into athletic to ride horses? I don't even know. But I don't know how riding the horse would go with the skirt. I'm positive that the Sims team has probably not accounted for that. They are all going to ride the horse the same way. So, anyway, moving along. We have now given Cecilia her makeover. And the sink is broken. Great. Okay. So, let's take care of this, and then the horse is just coming inside. Love that. And we are going to actually have Cecilia, so it looks like the children can do the same things adults can do with the horse at this point. She is able to scratch the horse's neck, hug the horse, pet the horse, all of that stuff that is going on. So there's that. And we are back. It is officially time to go around and do all of the chores on Saturday. I feel like I thought it was later in the day on Saturday, and then all of a sudden it's really just Saturday morning. I think I probably read the AM PM incorrectly and then got confused, but that's fine. So again, Cecilia um, is just getting closer to the horse, and there we go. He is going to gamble again and got the blackmail thing, so he's going to come and try Giles again, even though Giles already beat him up. And then they are going to have a really bad relationship, and he is only going to get a few, like, he did get some simoleons from him. Like, he did okay. We're back up over 6,000, so there is that. And also, hopefully, I don't think children can do the like community jobs from the board for the horse ranch stuff, but maybe when Cecilia gets a little older, she'll be trying to help the family out financially with the horse riding stuff. And I don't know why her hair keeps glitching. It keeps like hovering above her head. I think probably it like isn't coded right for like children or something. Like it thinks that she's taller, that she's not a child size. Anyway, we are going to then take up a little Thomas, pick him up. We have to bathe these toddlers. They're all filthy. They're all filthy, and they're all, they all need baths. Is that a plate in the couch? I think it is. But anyway, let's just see. Oh, Cecilia is having so much fun with Sunburst, and I love that for them. I think that I've been trying to think of whether or not we'll probably, like, at first I was like, maybe I want Thomas II to move out to like a ranch type thing, as medieval as a ranch is going to be. But then I'm like, I can't leave behind all his like sisters and stuff. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. And then I'm going to have them do the Talk Like a Pirate Day stuff. That's really cute. Thomas getting a little closer to Cecilia. Actually, with the Regency romance or royalty mod, one of those, I don't know which one is actually causing this, but like you can see that the children are of questionable parentage. The horse just peed in the house. That's great. But yes, of questionable parentage. So there's that. So we have our illegitimate children. But you know what? I feel like all of Emmeline's children are of a questionable parentage because everybody knows she gets around. So, like, nobody knows for sure that all her kids are her husbands. Like, it's not like she is this virtuous woman that would never. Like, everybody knows her. So, there is that. And we're finally bathing all the toddlers one at a time. And Emmeline is now doing the Talk Like a Pirate Day stuff with Cecilia while the last two get bathed by Thomas. And then we're into Sunday, which we're going to do our chores. And then we're going to head out for the wedding and death stuff. I'll show you the new church. That'll be fun. So that's good. And we are going to just check here. I also did somehow forget to put Pascal's toddler role in the spreadsheet. So we had to do that, but he survived, so it's not a big deal. But anyway, we are going to just do this. We are up on money. We're doing a really good job on money. So that's really great. And, Thomas is feeling good that his gambling is paying off. We'll see about that. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. So there's that. And so far, we are in a good spot for that. And we'll just check this out. There we go. And we are going to finish this up. And then we'll head out and we'll get Thora and Aubrey married. Let's just quickly do all of this. I don't know why the garden is kind of glitchy lately. It's kind of, I don't like it. It's weird. You can see that she didn't actually weed that. Like, why didn't you do that when I asked you to? Okay. So I think that's probably it. We're going to sell everything in our inventory. We're going to try and keep making money. And then we're going to head out. So let's head out there and go and move some Sims around. That'll be good. So we are going to go to Tartosa. And there's already 8 Sims in this household, so we're just going to have to get Aubrey his own little house, even though he kind of probably would have stayed in the estate because he's the heir. And also, I was thinking to myself, like, what could make this more fun? Like, we're in Italy, and I decided that I was going to make the Devereaux family like a marquee. And so I am going to have Aubrey be the heir to the marquee. And since we don't have his father in the family tree, I'm just going to give him the title right now, even though we know that kind of technically he doesn't have it until his father dies. But anyway, so here he is, and then here is Thora. We're just going to change her clothes over to white. And I mean, he is a evil and high maintenance, and she is hot-headed and hates children. So this is going to be a disaster. I love that for you, but it's going to be a disaster, Thora. So... And I think they have like 8 baby tries. Oh my gosh. Okay, so there's that. But what you gonna do? So anyway, we have Aubrey and Thora who have 8 baby tries and are going to get pregnant right now. And we're gonna get them a little house. So let's see what we have in the gallery here. This one is very nice. Thank you. And then we're going to... Honestly, I realize now that like I already used white for the Vitors, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to give them this like dark gray color because I wanted Vlad's family to be the darkest. I made all the vampires have black as their family color, so that was my bad, but whatever. So we are here with this family, and we are going to ask to be boyfriend, and then we'll get them woohooing, and then we'll go to our new church to get their wedding photo. I'm really excited about that. And so here they are in the family tree. Can you go upstairs and try for a baby, please and thank you? Some of these side households, I just like am not gonna fix up the household to look medieval. We're really hardly ever here. So I'm not really too worried about it. Let's do that. And we are good. She is currently pregnant. Excellent. So now I'm just going to check over here for the names. And like I said, I'm making him a marquis. So that would make Thora the future marchioness. And that is the highest title that has ever been in our game so far, because we just had like a minor lord for some of these side villages. They did like that's not there's no title associated with this, just a lord. So that is why this is the current highest title in the land. Very exciting. And if he dies before he has any sons, Charles's illegitimate kid will become the marquis. So I love that. I think that is so funny. So let's head over to Windenburg, where Edward has headed up this new church, and it's gorgeous from the gallery. And we are I'm going to show you the church, and we'll also see it's only a small lot. So here it is, and I mean it looks great. It does look like a medieval church, and I'm just going to make sure that he has a high painting skill. He's also a vampire, if you remember, and then we are going to just move some stuff around in order to be able to take the wedding portraits right here. So I'm just going to put an arch in here and get move objects on, and then we'll add a couple of more lights because you know I can never see anything in this game, so that will improve the lighting and get an easel, and then he'll be able to take their wedding portraits. And so there's that. And I don't know what I did wrong with the teleporters, but they like didn't work. He like is back there. So I'm gonna have to try again on that. But yes, so here they are, and I do also have some Regency pose pack stuff, which is like romantic poses, but you know, they still obviously look era appropriate, so I'm going to use some of those too. I want to try them out. So there they are. Here they are. I mean, they look so good. Look at them. And they look very regal, and I'm very excited for them. So they're a little smoochy smooch. She is currently pregnant, and I did put Millicent and Saskia into labor so that we could have them have their babies so that we can kill them. And poor Rose has just had triplets, 2 of 3 of which survived. So there is that. And now that I think about it, I forgot to kill the last baby. But yes, so kill baby Rose's baby. Okay. But yes, so 3 kids, 3 triplets. That is like, is that the first time we've had triplets without trying to do anything about it? Wow. Okay. So there they are. And now we are going to add that to Rose. It's Adelaide and Aldous who survived. And then we have Millicent having a child who we're going to name after Zwan before she passes. So that is their last baby. And I'm just going to remove them from here. And then I think they were like all out of baby tries anyway. And then we have, oh no, sorry, maybe Saskia was all out of baby tries. But yeah, she's also going to name her baby after her husband. So there's that. And Charles also is unmarried, but I was just thinking about who's unmarried. Anyway, our portrait is done. So let's head into the basement of this church, which look how cool this is. So I'm actually just going to go like that and get rid of all these extra portraits. But that's what we're going to do is we're going to put like the portrait up in each thing. And it also goes down another floor. This is like amazing, a beautiful job. And so it's Windenburg Church again. So that is really great. And I'm very excited about it. But there is going to be a transitionary period for us where we're here to do the wedding photos and stuff, but also we are having to go back to the old church to bring the urns for the people who already have photos at that church there. So there will be a transitionary period until everyone who has gotten married before right now, when they die, they all have to go to the old church, but we will be sending new couples to the new church. Anyway, that's a long-winded way of saying that. So we are going to bring Saskia and Millicent here and say goodbye to them. So I hope that you enjoyed them. And that's where we'll be wrapping this up. 1406, very exciting. In the next year, what is going on next year? I think we have a birthday. Yeah, Anastasia is going to be aging up. We'll have a Dutton marriage. I think that is everything in our current household. But yeah, so I hope that you enjoyed this, and I will catch you in the next one.